Hello guys, it's me, Ernest12, and I'm sorry if you see a black screen right now, possibly because the thing isn't working. Let me adjust that. So I'm going to adjust it to be loadout menu server. Yeah, that thing. So here it is. Now I'm probably going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. Or actually, I'm going to maybe put it. Oh wow, is it maximized? Yeah, I think it's maximized. Anyways, it should have been maximized. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyways, guys, today what I'm working on is the loadout menu yet again. And this time, here's what we're doing. The first thing I'm going to work on is either packages or attachments. Probably the attachments. Last time, we worked on attachment restrictions. Now, if you don't know what those are, they're basically like objects in which can have a really special list of things that can go inside of, well, not inside of, but they have a special list, a list that determines what weapons and attachments can go on. If the weapon isn't in the list, then that means you don't have the weapon. Or actually, not only do you not have the weapon, but you can't use the attachment on that weapon. So, yeah. Anyways, I think we want to get started in a bit. Let me just open up my live stream so that I can chat with you guys on both channels. Yeah, this is part 6. Or episode 7, I mean. Sorry. Episode 7. I keep thinking episode 6. Which is live now, unfortunately, on YouTube. But this is episode 7, apparently. So, what we're going to do now is, let me just check and see. I think it's on Restream. Yeah, I'm using Restream to stream on YouTube and Twitch. But anyways, let's just get started. So let's go back to inventory service and find the attachment catch. So here's the attachment catch. Well, actually not the attachment catch. The attachment restriction. I think it's a module script. But honestly, I don't know what happened to it. It was here yesterday. That's weird. Why it isn't here today. Yeah. If you guys want, I can do it again, but for some reason it didn't come up. But we'll get to that in a minute. Right now, I'm going to show you something that I did while you guys weren't watching my stream, or while I was offline from the streaming industry. And that is, let me just get to it real quick. It's this. So, what I did was hopefully this will turn up so I can explain it. So, yeah. Still waiting. Time, guys. Alright. Should be up right now. And, okay. So, here's what I did. Now, you may have noticed, looks the same. Well, what's different about it? Well, let me show you what's different. So if I go into my character, right, or my player object, and I go to gun appearance, actually not gun appearance, deployment container, you'll see, wait a minute, where are the buttons? Well, this is what I did. I put the actions right here into this frame so that whenever they're scaled, they look a lot better. So in that case, let's see what we can do. So now I'm going to close that script analysis. As you can see, it still retains that distance, unlike last time, which it didn't. And there is a problem here with the menu. is that it always has the part on that side. I don't get why. Oh, wait a minute. Something must be wrong. Inventory is not a valid member of player. And so isn't the deploy button. So that's kind of weird why it would do that. So I'm going to actually fix that. So if we go to Explorer and Properties, like basically inventory is the folder in which holds all your items. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Wasn't an inventory supposed to be here? Sheesh. Anyways, I'm gonna fix that. And do this. There we go. Now let's see if it worked. It's still on that other side. So let me just quickly fix that real quick. Go to Explorer. Go up here, find the view part. The view part is dangerously close to the other side. So I'm going to move it here. That's the part that powers the entire thing, if you don't know. So now, I think it should be fixed. Let's see if it is. Yep, it's fixed. Believe it or not. And if I do this, it still retains its quality like you would see in the game. Now if I wanted to select an assault weapon, hold on, let me check that. Scar L. So then we got that. And then, for some reason it's lagging like crazy. I think I'm going to fix that issue probably this stream if I can. So then we still do that. And clear customizations. Back button, I've also added that. So that you can easily go back when you need to. And now you don't have to worry about scrolling through just to find out like what to do and stuff. Well, not really what to do, but to like get back to the menu. Now for attachments, I'm going to add on the EOTech, add on a night laser and suppressor. Let me turn up the audio so you can see it on my desktop. And here we are. We got audio, big time. So in that case, let's try it. You still hear the same thing on the Scar L, but there are going to be restrictions. So, and you still got the night laser, which goes like that. Looks kind of cool to see a laser, even though it could be a beam, but then a beam wouldn't actually work too good. I'm not kidding. Let's see that. If you fit an ACOG. The ACOG on the Scar L goes a little bit backward. But other than that, it should be good. So let's see. Okay. The menu still works, as usual. And, yeah. It looks really good. I can say that. Now, let's see if we can go back. Last time we were here, the customizations were also savable. We made them savable, if you've missed it. And now I'm going to go back. So now we go to the secondary. We'll do the secondary maybe in a later episode of Crossroads Warfare. But now let's do the LMG. Here's the M60. Last time we also made the M60 usable with parts like these. We added an EOTech hollow sight. We added maybe a suppressor. And then we also did this. Camos. Well, we know M60s can fit camos on them. But other than that, it looks really nice. to be honest. So now we're like, whoa, what is this? Is this thing really the thing you've been waiting for? The M60? Gosh, it looks better. Well, that's because it is. Anyways, I'm going to go to attachments, and I'm going to show you that the night laser still works like on the other guns. As you can see here, the laser works. And the suppressor works like that. Now, if I wanted to actually do this, I think I would actually have like a fire mode capability, so that whenever you try to like pull the trigger and stuff, it would literally do it. You know, like pull the trigger on the gun, and you'd be able to like fire multiple times. So, yeah. You'd be able to fire multiple times, basically. And, yeah. So, let's just see if we can get straight into it and actually work on some cool stuff. You know? Because on a good note, like, think about it. This is kind of cool. And I want to keep it cool. Like, cool as X, you know? So, yeah. Let's do that. So, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to stop this. And I'm going to get to the attachment restrictions thing. So that means we're going to have to expand this back, put back Explorer and Properties windows, and the output so we can see some errors. Now on this thing, deploy button is not malnumber frame. I think I can fix that, but it's not supposed to be functional yet because this thing isn't imported. So let's see where it's at. I think it's the deploy button. Oh yeah, gun appearance. That's right. I forgot. I'm forgetting this. It's in actions. So I was wondering where that was. I was like, what? Wait a minute. Didn't this already get finished? So, yeah. See M4. Let's go through that. Hold on. Let me fix it. And there's the M4, the original, well, actually the newer AR-15s. Well, the AR-15's cousin or brother. Little brother. The M16 is the AR-15's twin brother. The reason why I call it the AR-15's twin brother is because of the fact that the AR-15 was dubbed the M16 in, I think, before Vietnam, something like that. Anyways, this is the M4, the M16 and AR-15's little brother. So I put on a camo and stuff. Maybe a rusted out camo. Makes it look kind of cool. With that gloss and shine. Then I put on my hollow sight, a night laser, and a suppressor. Maybe 5mm. It's better because it fits. Anyways, I'm going to try the suppressor now. Now on the AK-47, as I was testing it in another place, this EOTech hollow sight actually works, believe it or not. It's nice to see that, because you want that kind of thing when you're doing something like this. So, yeah. I mean, sheesh, it's self-explanatory. I mean, the AK can fit a suppressor, but it can also fit like an EOTech site on the place where its other site or main site was. Probably because of the fact that it works really well. But all you gotta do is just offset it a little bit up, and there you have it. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to actually get started in a little bit. I'll be right back once I've done a few things and taken a little break. Because when we come back, we are going to be working on restrictions. So, stay tuned. Alright, so I'm back. And now we're going to actually get started on working on the menu. Or specifically the restrictions part. So let's do that. So the first thing we want to do, when you want to make restrictions, you want to actually use a few meta methods, like we did last time before it got deleted. So with that being said, I'm going to get started on that. So I'm going to make a new module script, and then I'm going to call the module script attachment restriction. And I'm going to do this. Local attachment restriction equals table, and attachment restriction, let's just say it doesn't have an index dot new. So we're going to do attachment restriction dot new like that, and then I'm going to go back here and do function attachment restriction dot new. Now when I do this, I'm going to do like local ATR because it's attachment restriction equals table ATR dot weapon name equals RX1. Or actually, at name equals args1. So then we do local args equals this. And what this basically does is it puts the var arg statement, or variadic arguments, in a table. Specifically, what I mean by a table is this. Like, you're not just making a dictionary. Actually, you're not making a dictionary at all. What you're doing is you're making an array. So in that case, yes. It's kind of cool to see this. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to actually do this. And if Guyazzo shows up, that's because I clicked it by accident. Sorry about that. atr.weapons equals this. So then, what if you have like weapons in the arguments? So I'm going to be like, well, I equals 1, or actually I equals 2, number of args, do local v equals args I. And then if v, then here's what we do. We do atr.weapons plus 1 equals v. And then we do return set mutatable atr attachment restriction. Simple as that. Now, what this does is basically a constructor. So whenever you work with, like, for example, objects that, or things that require like an object or class-like format, you would always, first you would have a method for creating it. And then you have to create like a metatable. Metatable gives this thing functionality that you wouldn't find in ordinary tables. Like, for example, you can use the thing self, or like something else like that, etc., etc. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to do that. So now I'm going to do function attachment restriction see. I'm going to go to index. So you're going to be like k, and then local k. I'll actually just do local weapons equals raw get. Now, if you're wondering, why the heck are you using raw get? Well, here's the reason why I'm using raw get. If you've ever heard of this, there's something called a C-stack overflow, which I went over last time, where, for example, let's just say you were doing the index meta method as a scripter, and then for some reason when you try to test out your code as you're doing the index, like, for example, let's just say you put like self or something in there. If you put self or something like that in there, and you don't know like if it will work, it probably wouldn't work, because that would cause a C-stack overflow. Basically, you would see it on the output here, like C-stack overflow, and basically what it does is it would cause a bit of a problem. Like, you wouldn't be able to actually work with it too much. Like, it would be difficult, put it that way. Anyways, I'm going to actually do this. So raw get self. Like, the only way to solve the C-stack overflow is to use raw get. If you're using it inside of an index, it's basically like a stack overflow, except it happens in the C or C++ part of the program. So in this case, in this engine, it will be in the C++ portion. So let's say you want to get raw get self, and then you do, after self, you get, I think it's called weapons. Yeah, it's weapons. Simple. So then we do if weapons k. then return weapons. Okay. Now let me just, talk about some stuff that I haven't, that is off topic for a little bit. Now, if you've noticed in the news recently, if you're a Star Wars fan like me, or what I used to be, Star Wars Rebels has ended. So, and it's ended in a way that I kind of don't like. Like, I didn't want to see Kanan actually die in the finale or final season. Like, he actually did die. Like, what happened was, I think it was the fact that Kanan force pushed her away to keep her from getting hurt, and then from the fiery blaze that was like around Kanan as he was trying to like force push it or absorb it. And then like what happened was it was so much to the point where the fuel overtook his force powers and then killed him as it exploded. But then you would wonder about the finale. The finale takes place after the Battle of Endor. And you see where Kanan's son, Jason Syndulla, was actually on board the Ghost. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. To see that they can still have a son, but then he's dead. How does that make sense? I mean, there are a lot of things wrong with Disney these days, but who cares? Anyway, that's not important. But let's just get back to work. So function attachment restriction concat. And this is another method you want to know about, concatenation. And basically this is what happens. So you're going to have v if type of v equals string, then if weapons, let's see, if it's a string, right, then you'll do return self, or actually wait, self.weapons. This is really simple. It's not going to be too complex. Self.weapons plus 1 equals v. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to actually do this instead. If game replicated storage item storage. Okay, so what I want to do with this is I'm going to take this out and do local item storage equals that, but in this case I would do require. So when I require it, it's like this. You get game.replicated storage.item storage. So in this case, we'll be doing like game if item storage get new item and then you have to have it verified by the item storage module script, because if you don't, then you're not getting anything done, or you're not getting it in there because it's not going to register. So then what do I do next? So I got self.weapons, whatever, it's not a big deal, but it is worth trying, Anyways, I did that. So next thing I'm going to do is self.weapons. Oh yeah, return self, to be honest. So then we did that. And yeah, it basically returns that, like it returns self, because it's concatenated. And the next thing I'm going to do is function attachment restriction.length, which is this, and returns the number of weapons. So basically, if this number is 0, then it probably won't show. Like, it'll depend on the weapon itself. So instead of having a message saying that you can't do it, I would suggest that we like use this to like, let me say this. So if we use attachment restriction, what exactly are we going to do? That's what you're probably wondering. Well, we're going to actually make it to where certain elements get hidden in the case that they are not in there, like not in the weapon. So let me actually make a method in which I can use. So else if k equals is weapon included, then return function weapon name, okay, and then local result equals nil. Or actually false. And then for this v in pairs self, or actually just weapons to be honest, and then do if weapons, and then weapons, actually if v equals weapon name, then, and then we do like result equals true. Kind of getting tired a little bit, but I will be taking a break after this is finished, because when we come back after the break, I'm going to actually work on this. I'm going to work on the thing that actually hides the elements. So then we do that, and yeah, the restriction is actually going to be an integral part of this. So in that case, you would actually have to like make sure that there's enough arguments to do so. So yeah. So then all of that, and then we're gonna put in the thing like this, return result, and done. Sure. Sorry about that, guys. It was my mom. You know how mothers can be. Anyways, I just did that, and we're done. So all I have to do is do return attachment restriction. So I've done that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, I think, inventory service? No, not inventory service. Or actually, yes, inventory service. Attachment, specifically. So then, I'm going to get the attachment, do local att restrict, just to shorten it, equals require aim.replicated storage aim.replicated storage, that attachment restriction, or attachment storage, no, not attachment storage, inventory service, that attachment restriction, or actually I could just do this to simplify it. Just watch. script.parent.attachment restriction. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to the next level here. And no pun intended on next level. So then I'll do local weapon list equals this. And then for I equals arg, actually 7. Number of args do. And then we do local v equals args I. If v, then, and here's what we do. Weapon list plus 1 equals v. So we did that. We did everything we possibly could. And in terms of this, for now. And the next thing I'm going to work on is actually going to be something good. So let's get started on that, if I can find it. We got the weapon list here. We've got the, and then the next thing we got to do is do att.restriction equals args, actually not args. We're going to do at restriction or at restrict dot new, and then it's going to be at dot name and weapon list. Done. So now all we have to do is we got to test it out and see how it works. So we're going to go here to settings. I'm going to go to attachments. And in fact, I'm going to do a little trick before we actually get into it. So I'm going to do this. Print number of at restriction. And then we're going to go into attachments. Put it on the ACOG. Now if it's 0, then you can put it on any gun, to be honest. Like, it shouldn't be restricted by that. If it's greater than 0, if the length is greater than 0, can we do that? So I'm going to do on the in fact, let me look at the guidelines for the ACOG, because I want to actually put this back. So yeah, I wonder what this is. So yeah. Oh yeah. Never mind that. It was just something in the chat. Sorry. Anyways, I'm going to actually work on the ACOG for a minute. See if I can find some information. So the ACOGs are going to go on every gun. So that means it's going to be no like list of anything. So now, let's see if it all works. I don't think it's going to work too good, to be honest. Like, just watch what I'm talking about. 0 times 6. So wait a minute, it did work. Wow, interesting. Well, watch what I'm about to do next. I'm going to go to Attachments. I'm going to PSO1 scope. I'm going to do... Now let me look at the guidelines for the PSO1 scope because this is a different scope, as you may know. So the Dragunov scope can only fit on AKs, RPKs, RPD, and Dragunov. So AK-47, of course, AK-S74U, RPK, and the RPD and the Dragunov. So let's get that through. AK-47, AKS-74U, RPK, RPD, Dragunov. Done. That's PSO1 times 4 scope. So it still says 0 times 6. Which is weird. Because I want to actually see it. So, that's the part I don't get. And I know Lua 5.1 was actually used on Roblox and is still going to be used on Roblox. But if they were just to upgrade their thing, then I'd be able to use eye pairs and be able to like iterate through the entire table without using pairs. Or actually just next or whatever it is. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to find out what it is. So I'm going to do attachments. And let's just say we want to do this, right? So we can only fit on AKs and Dragunovs, which I've actually fitted out here. Like AK-47, RPD, Dragunov. And basically the length is what I'm going for. But something tells me something's wrong. So I'm going to figure that out. Let me see if I can figure it out right now. Yeah. Because for some reason it's just not working. It's weird, but you know how things can be when they want to be. So, yeah. I'm going to figure that out in a minute. So that you guys can see it better. So, yeah. Let's get to that, to be honest. I'm going to go to the panel, or actually I'm going to go to the wiki and look up the meta tables, or len. Yeah, only user data respect this method. So basically, it doesn't really work. I wish it did, because I'm telling you, this would have been really good of an update. Like, if they had made it work in 5.1, that would have been good. So anyway, I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to, I think, the attachment. Is this scene service? Oh wow. This is the thing I use to like teleport players to certain maps and stuff, or certain modes and menus. Things like that. Anyways, I'm going to go back to attachment, and I'm going to do restriction.weapons. So yeah, it's a table. Let's see what we got. One? Only one? It's kind of weird. Because I expected there to be more than one. Yeah, I really did expect to be more than one argument on this. So let's look at them again. There should have been like 5 of them. So, yeah. I equals 7. Arg7. I'm gonna print the V here and see if that fixes anything. I mean, I've done my job. Everything went into it. So yeah, let me just see if I can fix that. Okay. Don't need to print this. Don't need to print this. So now all we have to do is this. Oh wait, I forgot. Wait a minute, I forgot. This is supposed to be restriction weapons. And this is supposed to be unpacked. So unpack weapons list. Like whenever you want to have an array and you want to like parse the arguments, you want to unpack them. So 5 arguments there. And the rest is just going to be 0. Until I can find a way to actually get them in. So let's actually get started on the attachment. So in that case, this is what we're going to do. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go here, and we're going to do this. So the weapon name, of course, we got that. And we're going to do if number of v dot restriction dot weapons is less than 1, or let's just say v is weapon. Let me look again at the restriction thing. Is weapon included? Right. Weapon included. So I go here and I do this. Weapon included. Weapon dot name. Done. So basically, this is what happens. Every attachment button created will be like in a really special table. So then I'll do this. And basically what that does is, first it checks to see if there's no restrictions on it. If there's no restrictions, then you're good. You don't have to like, check if the weapon's included. But if the weapon is included, if it's not like less, or if the number of weapons in the restriction list is not like, less than 1, then you have to check to see if it's included. So let's see if that works. And it may not, it depends. Oh. Let's just see if it works. So, yeah. Let me go straight to assault. I'm also going to compare this to the M60. So I'm going to use Leafy. Attachments. Ah, the suppressor? What? Oh, wow. Method is weapon included. That's right. I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot. Forgive me for that. So I'm going to do is weapon included like this. It's a dot instead. It's a different method than usual. Probably because the index thing is like taken up. And then I'll do that. And I'm going to see about the attachments. Still not working. I wonder why. Is weapon included? Wait, let me try something else. Let me just see if I have a restriction. Let's see, attachment restriction. It says is weapon included. I don't get why it's not working. Oh, restriction. I thought it was something else. Restriction is weapon included. And there you have it. Basically, I just fixed it. Oh, wrong one. That was the public demo. This is just the private thing that I'm always doing, which will also be ported to the private or public demo. Like, there's going to be some elements that will make sense by the end of this. Okay, leafy. Attachments, camos. And basically, as you can see here, it checks and sees if you have the attachment or the restriction or whatnot. And this is really good, to be honest. Like, I can put this on, I can put that on, night laser, and then EOTech. But I can't put on the Dragunov, because the Dragunov is only for AKs and Dragunovs. RPKs as well, and the RPD. That's interesting. My mouse is dying. Oh wait, my mouse isn't dying. It's just this laggy thing. Like, why am I lagging today? I don't get that. Looks like the laser sight doesn't work. Oh wait, night laser. There we go. I was thinking of the hollow sight, but I thought the hollow sight was the laser. Silly me. Anyways, there's the suppressor. Let me turn up the audio so you can hear it. So, yeah. I'm going to turn up the audio so you can hear it. And, that's the laser. You hear that, right? It's a weird sound. You'll be hearing this like 600 times a minute. But you'll only be able to hear it like within like maybe 15 seconds ish, maybe less. Who knows? Anyways, I'm going to stop that there and add some restrictions on the 5 and 7 millimeter suppressors. So in that case, let's get started on that. So we go here. You see we have this 7 millimeter suppressor, so I'm going to do nil, and then I'm going to do, let's say, hold on, let me just check and see. Let's see, it says here, SCAR-L, AKS, LED6, M16, M4. So basically the SCAR-L, all assault rifles can use, all assault rifles in one small LMG can use the 5 millimeter suppressor. So I'm going to do SCAR-L. Let's see, what else? We've got the AKS. Yeah, I forgot AKS 74U. which means AKS means stock. Like it's an AK with stock, a folding stock. 74U. Actually, it's like this. Now my mouse is lagging like crazy. I don't get that. Okay, now I get it. Now there's one bug that I know of in which isn't really good. And it was a bug and that involves, I think it's like, I'm trying to think of what it was. It was a bug that involved like a certain thing, where whenever you like autocomplete stuff, it just doesn't work. So, yeah. You know. And another thing too, like, it's kind of weird just to see it. You know. Anyways, I'm gonna actually show you guys, like, not really show you, but I'm gonna just see what weapons there are. So let's get started on that. So you got the Skyle AKS-74U. We've got the RPK. Actually, no, wait, not the RPK. The L86. And then you've got the M16 and the M4. So then we got that, and I'm going to go straight to Assault and compare something. So let's say you have a Skyle. Put a leafy camo on it. Go to here. And then you can still use the 7mm suppressor. Right? Or is it the 5? Wait. Did I put it on the wrong one? Yep, it was supposed to be the 5. Forgot that this was the 7. Right? But then the Scar L is in there. As you can see, it says Scar L. So I don't get why it's not working, apparently. Because it was supposed to go in the Scar L. I mean, sheesh. Just watch this. Attachments says 7mm. So both weapons will be nullified. So then what does that mean? Well, we gotta fix it. Weapon.name, I believe that would be Scar L. So the restrictions are added to like that. It's weapon included. I'm actually gonna print that and see where it goes. Right. Is weapon included. Let's see why it's coming up as false when it should be coming up as true. Because if you think about it, this is a list of weapons that have been whitelisted. And if it's nothing in there, then why would you like use it? You wouldn't. So in that case, let's see if we can fix that. So I'm going to go straight to here, go to Assault, like right there, and then go to Attachments, False, all false. Everything is false. It should only be like, oh wait, it's my error, sorry. Forgot to include the other statement here. in order for this to be tested, you have to make sure that you have both statements. And I think one of my favorite songs from Portugal, I think what is his name? Let me check. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to see if I can find it. There we go. I think it's a song called Feel It Still. Anyways, it's a cool song. Like, I just feel like it's good. I just feel the vibe from it. Anyways, I'm not even going to worry about that. Because you know me, I don't really try to go for copyrighted music. So, primary, style. Just go to attachments. There's only 4 trues and 2 falses. Dragunov, and then the 5mm? It's weird, because the 5mm should have been there. Well, I'm going to have to find it. So let's see if we can find a restriction. Self.weapons. So then we do that. So then I'll do like this. Scarl. Huh, that's weird. As you can see, it's not there. It was supposed to be 5 trues and 1 false. Because the Dragunov scope doesn't go on the Scarl. Let me see if there's a space in the Scarl. Hold on, guys. Shouldn't be. Goes back like that, and boom. It's Scarl. Gosh. So it's interesting why this doesn't work. But in a way, it's also annoying. I just don't get why it doesn't work, you know? Sheesh. Like, that's the one thing we don't know about this. Is why it doesn't work. So I'm going to actually figure that out. I'm just getting winded by this. So now if we look here, we've got weapon included and stuff. So then if we go to the, I think it's like either item storage or, I think it's inventory service or something. I'll find it. This is Scarl. So I'm going to just do that. Just put a blank description there. Maybe that'll fix it. So I'm going to go there. The salt. Leafy. It still says nothing. Like, just look at that. Like, the suppressor is a 7mm. And the night laser then got the EOTech holosight. The ACOG. Like, it's hard to figure out where this is at. And if you're like a really good scripter, you should probably be able to figure it out in a cinch. However, I think I'm going to take a break because I'm kind of tired. So I'll be right back when already. So yeah. Hey, I am back. So now we're actually going to get started on working on this. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to start on fixing the restrictions. Now, if you don't know what I've been doing, if you're new here, I've been working on a loadout menu that uses not only attachments and camos, but also something cool called packets. And I'll be working on that soon too. Also, I just got a cup of coffee, so, you know, and I got some cookies here. Oh, yeah. Anyways, let me just get started on working on this. So let's see here. We've got appearance. Is weapon included? I think I'm going to make that a dot, because it's a table. And I just want to see if it works. Let's see if that works. So I'm going to go to primary, action assault, SCAR-L, attachments. True and false. Okay, so the dot notation was the reason why it didn't work. Because this is a method. Methods, they usually don't work too well with these index things. So I'm going to try that, and then we're going to move on. Plus, we may want to put the AK in the game, but it's going to be a toolkit weapon, meaning you have to like get it from a toolkit, which can be bought at a low price. It's not going to be like really expensive, but it's going to be useful. So here's the suppressor. Now this is what it looks like when you have the SCAR-L. The suppressor, 5mm. This can be put on this gun. Now if I wanted to go back and actually take out, let's just say, the M60. Get to the M60. You would not see the 5mm suppressor because it doesn't go on the M60. It goes on mainly assault rifles. See? Good logic there. And great thinking. Now, some restrictions are not going to actually or some attachment restriction objects aren't going to have the full thing. They're not going to have like a list full of things. Some are going to have nothing at all, meaning they can be used on every secondary. So then that means, wait a minute, what about weapon exceptions? Well, in that case, I think we can do that later, where you can't really put certain things on certain things. You know? Like, for example, you can't put certain attachments on a sawed-off shotgun. Or you can't put certain attachments on the coach gun or master key, which are all double-barrel shotguns, or just shotguns in general. So, let's just work on this. Anyways, I'm going to do that. So, next thing I'm going to do is this. I'm going to actually work on the... what am I going to work on? I'm trying to think for a minute. Oh yeah, the restrictions of the other weapon. So let me just go to the attachments real quick and actually finish this up. A suppressor made for mainly assault rifles. And that basically is true, because if you look, actually you can't really see it, but if I read here, it says 5mm suppressors are able to go on SCAR-L, AKS, L86, M16, and M4. Most of these weapons are assault rifles, maybe including the M4, which if it was an assault rifle, it would be, or if it was a rifle, it would be an assault rifle. I mean, that's what the M4 mainly is based off of, the M16. So, there you have it. Like most of this is assault rifles. With this, you have the Scar H, G3. They mainly go on heavy rifles, so it's a heavier suppressor. So in that case, I'll put a heavier suppressor than the 5mm. So then you have, what is it, Scar H, AK-47, which is kind of surprising to see an assault rifle in there, but it is. So AK-47, L96, RPK, G3, and Dragunov. L96. RPK, G3, Dragunov. Now I will find some more suppressors, or actually like build my own if I can, in which will fit on the weapons. So let's see if we can find them. So we go to Leafy, or actually just use the stripes, put on some stripes. And then we look here, we've got only the 5mm suppressor, which is shocking. So basically, like, if you wanted to use a suppressor, you could. And this is just what it is. Like right here, to be honest. And then I can put this on, and that on. So as you see here, this is a suppressor. And basically you have a whitelist coming up and a blacklist. So I might actually rename the methods so that you can see them better. Yeah. So that means one thing. If the whitelist has nothing in it, then you don't do a thing. If the blacklist has nothing in it, then you still, like if the whitelist has nothing in it, you can still use the button. The blacklist has nothing in it, or it doesn't have the weapon in it, you can still use the button. And then if that weapon is included, then you can still use it as well. So it's basically like certain things you can and can't do. So, yeah. I think this laser is off by a bit much. I'm going to actually improve it. So let's get to it and actually do that. I'm going to go in my gun models, find Scar L, actually not even Scar L. Going in attachment storage, find the night laser, put it out here, and then go to node, well, node, not node, laser, and then put the laser back by a little bit, start it there, and done. That should fix the laser. Now the laser is actually going to go right there-ish. So I'm going to see if it works. I'll put on maybe a blue hexagons camo, which is kind of cooler than the rest. Put on the night laser. And then turn on the night laser, see how it works. Oh wow, I actually did it on point. Okay. Looks nice. Looks like it's a natural laser thing, which is kind of weird. The laser should be green, not red. So, yeah. I'm gonna actually see if I can get the color right. So, with that being said, let's actually get that done and see what we can do. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go straight to the attachment, find the laser dot, and the brick color should always be laser dot brick color. Yeah, laser dot brick color. So basically what I did there was I made it somewhere it would be a lot better. I mean, even though the laser is red, you still see the green part, and then you're like, wait a minute, what the heck is that? That's confusing, you know? And I don't like that. So I fixed it. So this is the night laser. So if I put it on here, it'll put on a green hue to it. Which looks really good, to be honest. As you can see, that's much better than having a red one. Now if you guys want to, I can make a red one, which is simple. But, you know, I gotta find out where it's at in order to do it. So, yeah, let me just see if I can find it. So we got the night laser, rail attachment. Yeah, I'm just trying to see what we got here, so that we can, like, figure out what to do. So I'm thinking of actually doing a laser. And yes, I think I can actually just quickly make the laser. It's really simple. You take the night laser and you put it here, and then you just change the hue of the color. So usually when they have lasers, there's like two of them, red and green. So I'm gonna make this one really red. Make the same thing, really red. So lime green. And then once we've done that, we put it back in, call it laser, and laser sight will be here. So I'm going to go to the settings or attachments, take out the night laser, and call it just laser. Laser, laser, and I'll put in regular laser. So basically the night laser is basically a greener version of the regular laser. It's kind of weird that there would be a night laser, but it's kind of useful in the dark. You can see better with green than you can with red. So basically I'm going to take this, do that with it, and then you got the regular laser and the night laser. So I'll choose the regular laser. So that's a color like that. And this one's green, which is cool, you know. As you can see, it could do a lot more with two lasers than one. So there you have it. Now what if I put it on suppressor? Isn't that cool? So then you also have the Heliotek hollow sight, which looks even better, as you can see, on the scale. And you also got the ACOG, Heliotek, ACOG, Heliotek. Night laser goes like this, and then the regular laser, got that. So basically they do the same thing, except that the regular laser is like this, and the night laser is like that. So it's kind of cool. Just put it that way, it's kind of cool to see that. Anyways, I'm going to go back and show you that the M60 also has this attachment. It's primary M60. Night laser, regular laser. So now you got 4 attachments there. You can just put on the regular laser and do that. Night laser, you can do that. See the difference? Big difference in terms of color. But they're the same thing, which means they're good. So, what do you think? Tell me in the chat if you think this is good. The next thing we're going to probably work on is going to be the packages. So basically what I'm saying is packages are next. And they usually involve some kind of thing associated with them. I don't know what it is per se, but it's going to be like something cool with packages. So sit tight. In fact, yes, we're going to work on the GUI for the packages. So let's do that. Let's actually work on the GUI. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the menu UI, put it in start GUI. Then we're going to actually do a command in the console, which I'm going to do right here. And it's going to be package view. Oh wait, that's right, it's invisible. There we go. Now these are the packages that we have here, and this UI isn't really good per se, so I'm going to have to fix that. Now this is just a generic packages UI. It's not supposed to be like this, to be honest. Like I can tell you from experience that this GUI, even though the entire thing looks smooth and modern, it wasn't really good necessarily. So that's a big factor there if you think about it. Well, who's counting? So wow. Looks like my application got accepted for this UI. And that's what happens when you try again. So anyways, I'm going to actually do something with this UI. So I might either get rid of it or like, you know, keep it, stuff like that. It's kind of weird to see that the UI isn't very good. It's like saying you don't have it or something. Who knows? Anyways, what I'm thinking is what I'm thinking about doing with this UI in the end, is probably showing it off on Twitter and stuff. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to actually do something about this. I'm just trying to think of what to do. Because this is a package. And, yeah. Actually, I think I got an idea. Hold on. I'm going to duplicate this. Get rid of this one. Make this one like not visible. And then I'm going to call this one new package. So when you're done recording your package, it's going to take you to the package view, and it's going to like ask you to like give it a name and stuff, and then you save it basically, and you like import the data in. So let's see, layout order is 3. Yeah, 3. So then we got like new package, header. I'm going to actually have to keep the back button, but then like take this and make it title, new loadout. Actually, just say new package, because it's easier to have it like that. New package, and then we got that, and then we're going to need package name. We don't need package stats, specifically because that is like too big for one, and two, why is it even there? Packages, no. Like, you'll be able to apply a package, but it just won't be that, you know. So then the new package thing, I'm going to make it transparent so that you can be able to see the weapons. And then the next thing I'm going to do is the following. I'm going to add in a frame, and then once I add in the frame, sorry guys, if I'm like laughing or something. It's kind of weird when my mom was just right there. Anyways, I'm going to actually add in a frame, and I'm going to make it like this. 1, 0, 0.3. No, wait. That was wrong. 1, 0, 0.60. And that's actually a good size. But actually, I'm going to make it 0.7. I just can't keep it together, can I? Well, I'm going to make it 0.7, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the border size pixel, and then I'm going to make this transparent, as always. Huh? Oh. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to be back, but right now I'm just going to take care of something. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. Just had to take care of a little business or do a little favor for my mother. Anyways, I'm back and I'm ready to work. So in that case, what do we do? I know this thing says idle for some reason. It's weird. Like, it's been an hour and 44 minutes, yet it still says idle. I don't get why. I really don't get why. Anyways, I think I'm gonna actually hit up hidden devs real quick. Probably because it's not because of the fact that I just got accepted to be a UI designer. I mean, I am a UI designer, sheesh, and a game designer, and a scripter at the same time. But you know how that works. I think I might want to actually like do some stuff with this, but you know, yeah. So let's get started on actually doing something. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna actually hit up hidden devs with this. So yeah. Oh, that was on July 21st, 2017. I'm just looking at some stuff. Anyways, let's just go back and get started. So the next thing I'm going to do with the package GUI is I'm actually going to see if I can put in some frames. But first, I'm going to do 0.2. There we go. Well, actually, 0.1 is better, because then you can be able to still see it. Or 0.15 maybe. Yeah, 0.15. That's a good size right there. So then I'm going to call this frame items, actually slots. Then I'm going to put in the slots for the weapon. Hold on, let me just see if I can find it. There we go, frame. Call this primary. And I'm going to probably put this downward. So it's going to be a size 0. Let me say 2. Yeah, 0.20, 0.20. And I'm actually going to make that 0.4. So it will be a lot bigger and better. So then we're going to make this one no border size pixel, of course, and make that transparent. Going to move that over by 0.1. And this is actually going to be a grid, like it could have been a grid layout, but I don't want to do that. Probably because of the fact that the grid layouts are really bad. 0.1, 0, and in fact, let's just see how it looks. So it looks like that. It actually could fit some weapons in there. So this might work, to be honest. I mean, I was going for a square layout, but then I'm like, nope. Maybe just keep it the way it is. So then we're going to do 0.3. And then we select both and see where they're at. And they look like they're overlapping, so I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do 0.5 or 0.4. It's better, because then you can be able to see it. And there we have it. We've got a 0.4, and then I'm going to make this one 0.7, like that. And it looks pretty darn good. As you can see, I've got it where it's 3 in the middle, or 3 like that, as you can see. And then the next part I'm going to do is this. So we got primary, we got secondary. Let me rename that to secondary. Each one is going to hold a weapon in there. And that package has to have like a primary for one. You don't have to have a secondary. Like if the package has an empty secondary, you can like customize it to your liking. I'm going to have that feature instead. So then we're going to do secondary and then explosive. Explosive goes here. Like for example, you have the RPG-7, you have the forgot there's a high explosive weapon that looks like a gun, a mini SMG or something like that. It's called the M203HE or something. I think that's what it is, but you know, it's kind of weird. Anyways, I'm gonna like do this, put this on the bottom, so it'll be like 0.4. And in fact, let me just look at it again. Yeah, it's a little bit too far in for something like that. So I'm going to do 0.6. Okay, you got that. And then I'm going to put this like at 0.6. 0.6T, 0.6. Come on. There we go. And now we're going to call that one Gadget. Actually, this one's going to be called Melee, because it's at the bottom. And this is Melee, which is not good. So then I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to make this one Gadget. So basically you've got Gadget and Melee. Like it's a simple loadout, which means it's kind of like equipment in Phantom Forces, which is coming soon. But this is actually a gadget type of thing. So then you have 0.4. Actually, I think this is 0.2. And the other one is 0.6. So now let's look at all of them. And they look pretty nice. Yeah. I'd say they look pretty nice. So now I'm wondering where I would do this. I think I got an idea for the top ones. So the top ones, I'm going to move those down a bit. I'm going to move those down to, let's just say, 0.2. And they definitely overlap. So, with that being said, I'm going to move those up. Probably by 1 to 1.25 or 125. And see how that goes. Gives them very little space. So I'm actually going to move the Gadget and Melee ones down to 0.7. Or actually, yeah, 0.6. Sheesh. So then, if that's the case, then what about these? What do you do with something like this? Well, I think we'll move to 0.1 and just keep it there. And done. You'll still be able to see the text. It'll just be overlapping in a way. It doesn't matter because everything's transparent. So, except for the lines, you can be able to see the weapons in the center. So now I'm going to add in, actually, yeah. I'm going to add in probably a text label to each, which is also going to be added in with a frame. Now the text label is going to be called title, and then the next thing I'm going to do is put it up at, I'm going to put it up at -0.1 so it can be seen, and then make the size 0.10, like that. Or actually, I'm going to make it 0.2. Oh no, 0.15 is better. So I'm going to move it up by -0.15 units. And then just make this like this. Source sans is gone. Instead I'm going to use highway. I'm going to call this one primary. Make it scaled. Oh, thanks. And then once I make it scale, I'm going to make the text color look like this. Then I'm going to do this, probably. Make it like that. And then I'm going to take the frame. I'm going to call this line. And then I'm going to like make the border size pixel 0. Make it 1, 0, 1, 0. Or actually, 1, 0, 0.1, 0. And then put it down by 1. And actually I'm going to make this 0.05 so that you can see it, still see it, but it'll just be different. Like you'll be able to see the line better and then this stuff works. It's surprising what someone from Hidden Devs, that's a UI designer by trade, can actually do to help you out in terms of this stuff. But then primary is going to be like that, and there we go. Now you may think, wait a minute, isn't this hard to see? It's not going to be hard to see when it comes to this. So tight with that. Anyways, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this into each object. Now if this would hurry up, that would be nice. So this is going to be secondary, of course. And by the way, all the customizations will go on this too. Like it's going to go into the catch so that you can be able to use it and all. And it's also going to use bindable service so that it can work. So I'm going to put in here the explosive. I'm going to make this called explosive. And that's really good, actually. Primary, secondary, explosive. Like, this is the good thing about streaming. It makes you actually do things you never thought you could do. And then this one is going to be called melee. So that you can see what kind of sword you get. And then the second one right here is going to be called, now I could add an image label or some kind of text to show that it's not available, but that will be at a later time. Sorry guys, I'm trying to stretch. Kind of get tired when you're sitting in the same spot like for a long time, and then you're drinking coffee as well. So then you've got gadget, which is this. And boom, look at that. Look at that. When combined with a black screen, you've got a really good UI. May not have anything yet, but it will. So then I'm going to actually record my stuff. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to probably do the following. Go to the deployment container and start scripting the part in which we'll actually do this. So in that case, we got to figure out what we did last time in which will warrant this change. So unfortunately, I don't see a thing in here in terms of that. So I'm going to actually do something about it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out like what can I do about it, stuff like that. Like something that can actually help it out instead of making it look like awkward and stuff. It's kind of weird why it's like that, but anyways, let me just see what I can do. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Mainly it's a script that I'm worried about, so I'm going to have to optimize this. In fact, I got an idea. The recorder frame is what I'm going to actually localize. So in that case, let's go up here and do local package recorder frame equals this. And isn't there a bindable here? Oh yeah, start PL recording. And then up here there's something called make change. So yeah, make change PL recording. So now I have to do package recorder frame. And then that is like that. And then we do package recorder frame right here again. And then we did this again, package recorder frame. Something like this. And then package recorder frame again. And it's done. Well, partly. We gotta do this one too. Like whenever you're trying to like optimize your scripts, even though localizing stuff could be small, it could help in a long ways in making your code cleaner. So for example, this will be shortened. Just watch what I did. So package recorder frame like that. And look how shortened it is. It's shortened by a lot more than usual. But it does need a little more work than that. I would say it does need a little more work. If you're going to work on something like this. Because I can tell you one thing, like just working on it, even though you're doing good so far, doesn't mean that it's going to be the best thing out there. You know, you want to make sure that the script is not only efficient, but it's also does its job. So in that case, let's actually get back to work and start on the package recording. So when this is stopped, here's what we do. We'll do binding service.listen, and then we do like stop LPO recording. And then if LPO, then we do this. Controller jump to script.parent dot package or new package. And basically what this does is that it allows you to customize this, and you know, you'll be able to like do a lot more with it, stuff like that. Like even though right now it's still in menu UI, so let me fix that. I'm just going to show you what it does. So let me just put this up here. Press play, sit back, stretch. So then I'll go like, what's up, Scarl, or actually record package. Record that. It doesn't take you anywhere for some reason. So then I'm like, wait a minute, so what's happening here? Oh, wait, I know why. I know exactly why this is happening. It's in here. So basically we started it, but we didn't stop it. So basically binding service stop LPO recording. And basically what that does is it will stop recording. So now I'm like, what happens next? So in that case, I'm going to do this, and then wait for the message to come up saying it was saved, which is right there. And it should hide itself soon. Okay. And basically it does that. You see that? Just looking at that, it's really good. Now that it works. But we still don't have the primary and secondary weapons yet. So in that case, let's get started on those. So in this case, what we're going to do here is we're going to make a new local script here, and we're going to do local controller equals script.parent controller, view controller, and then we're going to do local UI equals script.parent. Now the reason why I have to have a custom script in this one is so that whenever you have the LPO, right, it will return like a bunch, or actually a table full of I think it's called module 3D attachment things, and basically what will happen is it will render those. So for example, let me give you a good example, and this requires that I put the menu UI back and start a GUI. So for example, let's just say you were recording a package you wanted to use for later, and it took you to this window. In the primary, you would find a rifle here. It wouldn't be as big as what you expect it to be, but it would be big enough to where you can see it. The secondary is the same way. Same thing, just maybe smaller a bit because it's a pistol. Explosive is going to be a lot harder to work with because of the fact that it's an RPG. Gadget's simpler because it's smaller. And then melee, it's not so easy because of the fact that it's like a sword. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to show you the menu. So now I'm going to have to like set up a few things. And when I come back, we will start on it. So I'm going to just take a little breather, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back and just took a little cookie break. Yeah, I took a cookie break. So the next thing I'm going to actually do is we're going to work on the system. So now we go here. Probably going to actually make a... oh yeah, forgot. There's one thing you can do with the LPO that I didn't actually think of. And that would be to... in fact, I gotta take another break after this explanation. Sorry for all the breaks that I'm taking. Probably because of my system itself. But anyways, so basically the LPO, I'm thinking about actually adding a change that will allow the LPO to like work like on, like not really work, but I want the LPO to like record the changes. And then once the changes are saved or like done recording, then it will put each thing into like a module 3D, and then you have to like put the names and stuff. Like basically I want to make it so where everything like works smoothly, if you get what I'm saying. So in that case, I'm going to do LPO dot preview slots or previews equals this. Primary is nil. Secondary equals nil. Okay, and yeah. Explosive equals nil. Gadget equals nil. And melee equals nil. So now I'm going to actually take that break because I am a little bit tired and winded still. So I'll be right back when I've taken the break. Alright, I'm back. So now, yeah, I just had to take a little bathroom break. So now I am going to actually get started on working on this kind of thing. So in that case, we're going to do function load out package observer show preview. Now I would suggest that we get the changes for this because I'm telling you the changes are very important. Those will actually determine what weapon you're using. So in this case, I'm going to do because there's also going to be like a little weapon name, custom weapon name value in there, in which will actually, like, you know, differentiate the weapons from each one. So yeah, show preview, we do that. And in that case, I'm going to do something with that. So we got show preview. And I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what to do, so it's kind of hard to figure it out now. You know how that is. So actually, I'm going to do this, UI. And if we look at this, there's a slot, primary, secondary, whatever. So let's see if we can get those changes. Local primary, or actually self.previews.primary equals, and in fact, this is what we do. We go to local mread equals required game dot replicate, storage dot module 3D. And module 3D here is actually this. So in this case, you do module 3D or M3D, attach 3D. Let's see. I'm trying to think for a minute. It's module 3D, attach 3D. So I'm trying to think. How does that work? I'll think of it. So it's self.previews.primary equals module 3D, attach 3D. Oh yeah, UI.primary. And then we do, in fact, I could have done inventory. Game.replicated storage, and this time it's only going to be primaries. Melee will be in there soon too. Dot gun models dot, or actually find first child, self get change primary get change primary dot name, and basically we're going to clone this, or actually we don't need to clone it, it's fine. So then we got the attach 3D, and then self.previews.primary shell change, or actually just do set active to true, and done. Done with the primary. So the primary is good. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually see if this works. So I'm going to go to the menu UI, and then I'm going to go to package view. Actually, not even package view. New package is what I want. Take this out of package view, even though it could be useful someday. Put this here, and then we do local see, so we did local UI equals script.parent, local controller. We did that. I wonder what else is missing. Ah, I see. I know exactly what's missing now. It's this. Binding service. So this is what we're going to use to get it. So then I'm going to do player, local player equals game.players local player. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do binding service. Binding service dot what? Let me think for a minute. Binding service is this, of course. So then what else is next? Well, here's what I'm thinking of doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do binding service. Well, actually, we don't even need binding service. We just need to show the previews. Binding service to listen. Show previews. Or actually, yeah. This is insert, so I'm going to have to do something about it. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just having a problem with my studio for right now. Function. Show preview. And the preview will be if LPO then you provide a UI, and in fact this is what we do. Instead of using package view, we'll do binding service.listen. Now listen. Okay. Send signal preview function. In fact, I want to see something real quick. What does the signal actually consist of? Print type of game workspace.child or change connect function, and I'm actually going to do type of. Oh, so that even the change stuff has its own type, which is kind of weird. Well, what if we wanted to just do, let's just say, changed RBX script signal. So that's kind of nice. I mean, there's so many types, data types in here. It would be nice if Roblox actually had like a little type thing for classes and stuff. Then you'd be able to like go object oriented and everything. But anyways, let's just do the preview. Binding service dot send, and then I'm gonna do start preview function. Actually, just not function. UI dot slots. So basically, we did that. Now we go back here. Controller jump to. Okay, and then we do. Oh wait, it's supposed to be show preview. Sorry. Show preview. So then we do if LPO, and then let me just look at the package observer again. See what we got. Still have that. previews. So show preview is the same thing, of course. So it'll be like show preview UI. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do running service dot send signal preview, and I think that's it. I think that's it for that. Might be. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is this. So I'm going to have, oh wait, the GUI is in menu UI. I forgot it was in menu UI. Or was it? Wait a minute. No. Can only be used from a local script. Interesting. Well, there's a way of doing it, and I think we could actually say that. But I think not. So I'm actually going to have to do this. Instead of doing show preview, I'm going to do that. Just that. I'm going to do like, instead of doing this, I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually revert this, because it can only be used from a local script. So I'm going to probably find out if I can find the menu UI. Okay. Show preview on that. So I'm going to do lpo.previews.primary. It's got to be done manually because of the fact that Module 3D only accepts local scripts. So I'm going to do local m3d equals require in storage module 3D. And there we have it. We have the module 3D done. So then we're going to do LPO, get change, primary. And I think that should be good. The good thing about objects is they're still interchangeable and stuff. So I'm going to go to Assault. Quickly start the recording process. Select this, stop that. Huh, that's weird. Oh, no value. Interesting. So there's a no value here. I wonder what it is. So if we look at the deployment container, we can find the issue. Well, yeah, I'm going to actually help out with some questions later. I'll help out with Q&A a little bit later, but right now I'm just focusing on this, mainly because, you know, this is part of the stream. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out what the change is. So the slot is actually primary, as we can see, and weapon item is actually there. So in that case, what actually happened? I wonder. Well, let's look. So this is gun models find, first child, get change, primary. I wonder if it's even there. Get change. Changed. It's changes, not changed. Right. It's supposed to be changes, not changed. Because if it was changes, then, I mean, if it was changed, then that would be an event and it would be an error. So let's see if this works. Okay, I'm just going to customize this. Go back. Yes, like that. And stop recording. There we go. Looks nice, doesn't it? The Scar H or Scar L is there, and then you would have the Deagle here, the Explosive here, the Gadget here, and the Melee here. But other than that, look at that. Isn't that amazing? Tell me in the chat if that's amazing, and I will believe it. Sheesh. I've never seen a weapon like that before. Like, let me actually just get rid of this chat box frame real quick so you can see it. See that? Just look at that. It's just amazingly good. Man, I think I need to take a picture of this and put it on Twitter. I'll be right back when I've done that. Alright, so I sent a tweet, and now it should be going through. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to probably work on some more stuff, which will be, don't know what else will be. I mean, I'm trying, but you know how things go. Like, sometimes it's harder to work on things than others. Anyways, I think we're going to work on the deagle sometime later. Yeah, probably going to work on the deagle sometimes later. But right now, I think we're going to have to put this, either put this to a close or do something with it. I mean, I don't know, like, what actually will be done. But, you know, it's kind of hard to work with this when you don't have a working pistol secondary. So, I'm going to have to find a pistol secondary somewhere. I'm trying to think of what it would be, because I know the deagle has a sight which is not very good. So I think packages is going to have to end here. Yeah. Packages is probably going to have to end here. But anyways, this is the actual thing that I have right now. So, yeah. You got the primary there, and this is going to be a secondary somewhere. I just got to figure out what to do next. Maybe have the deagle. Well, actually, wait a minute. We could put the deagle in. It's just that the attachments won't be there. So, yeah. We could do that. So, let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find out if I can... Trying to see where it's at. I think it's a new package. Oh, yeah. Forgot it's up here. So then we're going to do this. We're going to do LPO. Again, that previews that secondary. And this is what we're going to do. Primary, it's a given. But we're going to have to p-call each one, probably. Even the primary is going to have to be p-called eventually. This will prevent any errors from appearing in the console. Secondary. You must put a p-call around this because this is like really different from any other thing. So I'm going to do secondary, and then secondary set active. So basically what happens is this. We have the deagle, right? So, yeah, the way I say it, it's kind of like different than any other way. But I'm going to take a scar and go here, take the deagle. Oh wait, forgot. You can't take the deagle. I'm going to actually have to record it. Scar, deagle. Stop recording. And look at the two. Don't they look nice? So you've got the Scar H, the deagle, and there's no gadgets, explosives, or melee yet. But there will be. But as you can see, you've got primary, secondary. Now what if I want to just add an effect to that, you know? Find something to render step. Like maybe like rotation. Let me know if you guys want me to actually do rotation in the chat, and I'll do it. But if you don't, then that's okay too. So, yeah. Anyways. let's just do that. So, I wonder what's next. Because we've already done the package thing, where like even the deagle gets put in there. And then the primary goes in there too. It's kind of weird to see that, but hey, it's trending and stuff. Well, not really trending, but you know, it's kind of the thing to do. Anyways, I think just working on that is just, it's mind-blowing to see that both the Scar H and the deagle show up nicely in one place, you know? It's really weird, but it's also awesome. So I'm thinking about actually doing something cooler. I don't know what it is, per se, but I think I'm going to actually work on something like that. So, yeah. I'm also thinking about applying for exclusive member on Hidden Devs. For those of you who don't know what Hidden Devs is, it's a group in which developers and other people like connect with others so that they can like build cool stuff on Roblox. You know, sort of like the thing that I'm doing with the loadout menu. But anyways, I think I've got something else we can do as well. So what I'm thinking about doing next is the following. The following thing I'm thinking about doing next is actually adding in, let me think for a minute, the name. And we're going to get to this next time because I think I'm going to end this early. Yeah, it's been like, let me say it's been at least 2 hours and 45 minutes. So yes. It's actually kind of weird to see that. But you know how it is. But anyways, yeah. Basically what I'm saying is that, we're basically, well, it's kind of hard to say what to do next. But I do know one thing. Like, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to work on that thing. That whatchacom. So let's get started on that instead. Yeah, I'm going to get started on it right now, if possible. So, let's do it. So the first thing or last thing I'm going to do for the stream before I end off, and I'll probably do some Q&A, since this is a short stream, is that I'm going to add in a text box. So I'm going to do text box. Go here. Make this like, let me say, 0.25. Actually 0.25, 0.150. Does that work? Probably not. 0.75 is better. So then I'm going to take the box, get rid of the border size pixel, make it maybe a certain color, like, let's just say this bluish color would look nice. Okay. Or actually, wait a minute, maybe a grayish color. Like that, yeah. And then, I'm going to take this all the way down. So I'm going to do like 0.15, and then 0.9, 0.9, and probably 5. Yeah, like right there is good. So then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the text out of here and then put in the placeholder text, call it package name, and then I'm going to make this text both texts like or actually make them text scaled, make this one highlight, and in fact I think I'm going to change the color back to like a darker color like this. So basically this looks a little bit better. Even though it is kind of big, I'm going to actually turn it down to like this size. And then you've got package name. Copy this, put it on the text color, and boom. There you have it. And another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the left. So there's your text folder. And I'm going to call this package name. Then the final thing I'm going to do before I probably go into Q&A is that I'm going to add in a button, text button. I'm going to like make it maybe 0.05, actually 0.150, 0.050. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put it after the other button, so 0.45, 0.45, and then I'm going to put it down at 0.9, and then 5. Get rid of the border pixel, and that should be good. Make it highway, change the color a bit, maybe to like a bluish color. I might even add a drop shadow. Save package. Oops, it's supposed to be save package. Text scaled. Ooh, that's a little bit big. Maybe 24 is good. There we go. Then I'm going to make it like this. And done. So basically you have your package name, and then I'm going to rename this button to something different. Call it save package with no spaces. And there you have it. You have the UI set up. And now the next thing I'm going to do is probably go into Q&A. Yeah, I'm going into Q&A. So, properties, properties is basically, yeah, it's basically that. So if you're wondering what while loop is doing, it's basically, it does it, like it continuously flashes the brick until like a certain point, or maybe like forever, depending on what you want it to do. So for example, if you did while music playing do brick.brickColor equals brickColor.random, wait 1 second, end. It will flash for 1 second every time. So think of it like that. Anyways, I think we are done here in terms of this. My name is Erdos12, and I'm ending this early because, you know, I'm tired. I feel like I need to work a little more on the cutscenes and stuff. But next time we'll actually continue this, and maybe by that time we'll also have some gadgets and stuff in the game. So I'm going to put this into the menu UI, and we are done. So yeah, thanks for watching and cheers.